A very good evening to everyone. Welcome to Global Online. And yes, here we are back with our UGC NTA NET preparation for paper 1. As you all are aware that the results of your examinations, those students who have given the examinations are out, and you have understood what is the status now. So those students who definitely think that they were not well prepared and want to go for the next set of examination, so for that, you have to make sure that your preparation from day one itself should go in a highly organized, systematic way. And for that, we at Global Online has a blend of, the classes, which consist of your theory classes and the MCQs, which will help you to get the practice then and there, and will help you to ensure that, you are cracking your upcoming examination of June 2024 with the flying colors. So yes, in today's session, we are going to see the topic that is teaching aptitude. And then this particular topic, we will ensure that we are targeting certain important questions. As you all know, levels of teaching, as at the same time, so we'll be doing levels of memories also. So memory also, I have added few questions. I've just not added over here, but levels of memory also few questions will be taking up. We'll be taking some statement questions in the form of effective teaching, and also the questions on types of evaluation. So yes, without wasting time, let's go to question number 1 on the screen now. So the first question talks about which teaching aids enhances the skills like reading, listening, and pronunciation. So you need to understand, you are talking about what? You're talking about the teaching aids which enhances the skills like reading, listening, and pronunciation. So obviously, in teaching we use certain teaching aids. So like, let us take an example. I'm using the screen, so for me the teaching aid is screen. So teaching aids is nothing but, all those resources or material will help you in making your teaching learning process easier. In case if I want to show computers to the students, how the computers operate, so I can make a computer model, I can take them to the computer lab, and will help them to understand, okay, to listen, to pronounce, and to read, the terms. So now here the question is that the teaching aids, okay, which teaching aids enhances the skills like reading, listening, and pronunciation. So they are not asking you about anything about teaching aids. I just told you the meaning of the teaching aids, but they are asking that teaching aids will help to enhance the skills sorry, which teaching skills like reading, listening, and pronunciation. Options given below are audiolingual teaching aids, scientific teaching aids, general knowledge teaching aids, and theoretical based teaching aids. Now, please remember, you have to remember the skills which is given in the question. The skills will be reading, the skills will be listening, the skills will be pronunciation, right? So we have the skills, and you should tell that only by the use of those teaching aids, these skills will enhance. So if you see scientific teaching aids, scientific will help you to understand, the observation skills can be improved, but reading, listening, and pronunciation definitely not. General knowledge teaching aids will help you to gather, make you an active listener, but not reading and pronunciation. Theoretical based teaching aids will help you to give, again, the listening maybe properly, but not reading and pronunciation. So if you look at the question again, and if you look at the given option, so yes, the option number 1, that is lingual teaching aids. So we spoke about what? We spoke about audio, that is reading, listening, and pronunciation. So audio and lingual, that is audio as well as the language teaching aids, will help you to make your reading, listening, and pronunciation in a very definite way. So now, with respect to this particular question, like for example, there are some examinations, like you have, TOEFL's examination, if you're preparing for certain competitive exams where your English needs to be in place, especially certain examinations for the proficiency of teacher in foreign countries. At that time, you're supposed to crack this examination, and your reading, your listening, and pronunciation has to be, up to the point. So yes, audio lingual teaching aids will help you to do that, right? Now, next question is think aloud procedure. Think aloud is a part of what? So you are your thinking aloud process is a part of secondary data of sources. It's a part of a technique to investigate learner strategy. It's a part of, aptitude, providing the primary resources, or it's a necessary method or in scientific research. So think aloud procedure, which we can use in teaching learning also, is what? Can it be a secondary data? Can it be an investigating technique for the learning strategies? Can be it a strategy of testing learners aptitude, or it is a method in scientific research. So when you talk about thinking aloud, it's nothing. Okay, you cannot use it as a secondary data, you cannot use it as a primary data or a scientific research, but basically it is one of the technique. Now, what is technique? Technique is nothing but a strategy to investigate learners, way and performance. So, like, let us take an example. Uh, when we are talking about, we speak about your analysis. Let us take an example. You are talking about your own SWOT analysis, where you want to understand your strength, your weaknesses, and in order to improve your language proficiency, many a times your teachers, I mean to say, when you were into the schools, or to improve your fluency in the language, you are being told to talk louder. So that makes a clarity with the, a performance improvement in the performance, and that is nothing but a strategy, a technique, right? Now, coming to the third question, you have the questions on levels of uh, you know uh, levels of memory, or levels of teaching divided into various categories, that is memory level, understanding level, you have autonomous development level, you have reflective level. So like that, they have given questions on specific levels. So the question is on memory level, the question is on understanding level, the question is on analyzing level and creating level, right? And in set B, they have given you identification. Now, in fact, just a few days back, on YouTube also, as well as on the app also, this topic is done in a very detailed process. So you should know now, these topics are very common. In fact, in this topics, lot of internal questions, in-depth questions are coming up. So you should be ready with those questions, and, you should be ready with in-depth knowledge, right? So let's see, the first level is memory level. The second level is understanding, and the third is creating. So when we talk about memory level, what it helps to identify the examples, to generate new concepts, or recalling the information, or isolating information into parts. Now you have a time of 1 minute. You can just, go through the question, and you try to come to the answer. Memory level is what level, which standoff level it is, what we learn in memory level. Understanding level is what type of level. Analyzing and creating level is what. So memory and understanding also, if you get right, you will be getting right, the rest of the points also. So yes, I will give some time. This concept is clearly, very clearly taught in your regular classes, in app also, as well as in YouTube also. So just, I hope students are aware, and I have told them to revise, because you should be very prepared with question answers. So coming to the answers. Now see, when we talk about memory level, it's a least thoughtful level, where your only span of attention is recalling the information. So obviously, memory level, you do not have maturity with respect to lot of things. So you have been told to cram certain things, to learn certain things. So that is just to make sure that before you go to the next level, that is understanding level, this level will help you to give a strong foundation of your learning. And certain things requires repetition or recalling, and hence memory level is useful for that. Okay, so memory level helps to recall the information. Yes, so option number D is 3. Understanding level. Now when we talk about understanding level, whatever you have understood, you are supposed to present those information with the help of what? You're supposed to present those information with the help of concepts, with the help of your own uh, I mean to say, with the help of your own uh, words or with the help of your own understanding. So yes, you have to identify the examples of a given concept that comes in understanding level. That is one, option number one, which is to, so B is option number one. Okay. So if you see now, in case, let's see that you have never learned analyzing level and creating level. But if you see D is, sorry, A is 3, B is 1, and in none of the pair this matching is given, so this becomes the right answer. And such similar certain hints are given by UGC NTA net so that it becomes easier for you, right? But still, let's understand what is analyzing level. See, analyzing level is, breaking down, it's isolating information into parts. We have done this concept in your Bloom's taxonomy also. We have done this concept in your magazines of teaching also, which I have just completed few days back. So analyzing it means isolating the information into parts, and creating it means generating something new. Okay, coming out something different. So this is how your match the following works out, right? Now, you have the next bigger question. Bigger in the sense the question is very lengthy. So you should be reading the question very well. Read it 2, 3 times and then come to the answer, right? From the given list, you have to identify the instructional events. So, whatever list is given, you have to find out the instructional events which form the part of structure of a lesson plan. So, now what is lesson plan? Obviously, some students may be aware, or some students who have joined the teaching profession newly, every lesson which you prepare, whether it is a school, whether it is your junior college, whether it is your degree college or your higher education, every lesson which you take in the class has to, structurize with the help of lesson plan pre-preparation, where you need to know or you need to understand what topic you are taking for the day, what topic, you will be teaching your students, how you are framing the topics, what type of assessment you are going to take on those topics. So this is for planned for the entire syllabus, for the entire allotted lectures. So here, they are saying that the question is, now everyone is clear with lesson plan. So in given options, which instructional events, okay, form the structure of a lesson plan? So these are the events out of which will be a part of lesson plan. So gaining attention of students, prior knowledge of students, informing the learner of objectives, stimulating the recall of prerequisite learning, checking the availability of material, and eliciting the desired response. So please go through it one by one once again. Gaining attention, so whenever you structurize a lesson plan, uh, to students' attention, to gain students' attention is important or not as a part of your lesson plan. Prior knowledge of the students is important or not. Stimulating the prerequisites, okay, of the learning, yes. Checking the availability of reading material, whether whatever topic you are teaching, what about the content for the topic, where the students can refer for that, and eliciting the desired responses. So now, when I say eliciting the desired responses, what exactly it indicates, okay, what does it talks about? The desired responses, eliciting it means, to draw the attention to, or to bring a reaction to, or to get an answer from the given question. So what all things should be there in your lesson plan? So you have, so certain things which you feel that, okay, this will definitely not be a lesson plan topic or a structure, you can just erase it and you come to the right answer. You again have the time to go through the question and come to the right answer. I will wait for a minute or so that you can just be careful. Yes. So let's understand how many of you have done. I know the time may be not justified, but you should be able to practice this very clearly. So coming to the right option, okay, I'll just go one by one. So see the option number. So those who have clicked the right option number 2. Now how, let's see. Gaining attention, see, unless and until you do not attract your students, towards the topic, it is not going to have a successful conduction of a lecture. Now you know that, okay, what is going on, what is going to happen. So today, like, let us take an example. I have very interesting topic to speak about, right? But I have not summarized, I have not given an objective or a opening of a topic. I have just randomly started speaking. Students do not have any prior knowledge, or students do not have any, any of the topic in mind. And just I'm just blankly going on, so it may not work out. So yes, the structure of a lesson plan should have gaining the attention. Now, see, gaining attention does not directly relate with prior knowledge. If you have gained the attention, and even if the students are not having prior knowledge, still you can run through your lesson smoothly. But attention is very important. Then, informing the learner of the objectives. Students should know that what objectives this session is going to have. Like, for example, when I started the class today, I started with that your results are out, and you know now what you have performed, and you need to not stop here. In fact, you should not stop. You have to keep going and make sure that you're cracking your examination. But for that, how this session is going to help you out. So that is the objective. So yes, by practicing the questions and by coming to the topics very well, this is going to really help you out. So this is how you need to put it, right? Then stimulating the recall of prerequisite learning, which is must. Okay, action and reaction towards certain things which are important for the session. And yes, then eliciting the desired response, it means expecting or getting an answer for the given question is equally important as a part of your structured lesson plan. So at the end, if I'm summarizing and if I've given you a question, I'm expecting an answer for the question, just to understand how much things are clear and how much things needs to be repeated, right? So these all are the topics which will form the structure of a lesson plan, right? Okay. Coming to the next question. Now, next question is on it is on types of evaluation. They have listed the activities performed by a teacher, which activities are formative evaluation. In fact, yesterday and on the app, and then in one of the session, I've taken types of evaluation very detailedly. We have done evaluation in the form of placement, in the form of your diagnostic, in the form of formative, you summative, criterion reference, norm reference. All these we have done. So here the question is about which activities comes under formative. So they have given the option as mastery test, quiz session, grading the system, providing the feedback while teaching, encouraging the students more. Okay, so here what will come under formative? So please try to understand, when we talk about formative evaluation, it is the type of evaluation which happens on a continuous basis, which happens on the regular basis with an intention to improve the student, right? So in such cases, and as I said, it should be throughout the course. You cannot, when you're trying to seek out the feedback, it has to be, continuous. It has to be done in a continuous manner. So when these is happening, so what type of, points given can be a nature of formative evaluation. So mastery of a giving a mastery test or a quiz session, or evaluating students in grading system, providing feedback, encouraging students more. So out of the given options, obviously the right one. See, mastery test is about the subject, about the knowledge. This is done at the end. Okay, so this cannot be your formative, right? Quiz session, a quick quiz. Like for example, I've just given you a quick quiz on certain thing. So this will help me to understand whether the students have understood or not. So yes, a quiz session. Then your feedback while teaching, which comes again instantly. So like let us say that all students are wrong with the answer. So what will I do? I will just immediately say that, okay, what went wrong? So I won't keep this feedback pending to a certain amount of time. I'll quickly give the feedback and will help you, in getting the things clear out. Encouraging the students reflect more. Yes, basically this tells us, what this tells us, it is help to motivate them, and this can happen with the help of good amount of encouragement, right? Okay. Coming to the next question, as I told, we have questions on levels of teaching, no? So a teacher gives lot of positive and negative examples in the classroom to support the presentation. This will be a level of which teaching. A lot of examples are given, positive examples, negative examples. So whether it is autonomous develop memory, understanding, reflective. Now, every one of you know that memory level is something which is a part of what? Memory level is in the form of your level which is least thoughtful, and that is a base. Understanding level is basically a level which will be helping you to get a clarity on the subject matter. Reflective level will help you to understand the problems very well and solve the problems more from your efforts as a student rather than the help of the facilitator or teacher, right? Autonomous development level is something called as self-centered development, right? So, talking about these examples, lots of positive and negative example to support the presentation will come under what? So, teacher gives ample of examples. Now, obviously, you should understand these amples of examples are given for what? A clear understanding, so that the concept is understood very well. These positive, negative examples will help you tomorrow to remain the concept in your mind and to come off in your own style. So, this is very, very important, right? Coming to the next is below are the listed characteristics of learners, which will help them in effective teaching. So, from the given characteristics, which will help the learners in effective teaching? Learners' respect for teacher, learners' level of mental ability, learners' previous experience, learners' interest level in the study, interpersonal relationship, or learners' view about the society. So when we talk about, the characteristics, which characteristics will help the learner to uh, have effective teaching? Means which characteristics, will be helpful in effective teaching? So what should learner possess? A respect for teacher, level of mental ability, previous experience, level of interest in studies, level of interpersonal relationship, or learner's view about the society. So, from the given options, yes, what do you think? And whether your thought process has brought you to the right option or not, let's see. Okay. So, when we talk about effective teaching, now what is effective teaching, first of all? Effective, it means whatever type of information you're giving to your students, whatever things you're trying to convey and you're trying to expect from your students are in a correct frame, right? So, yes, learners' respect for teacher. Is it really a parameter for effective teaching? Definitely not. Okay, learners' respect for teacher cannot be a parameter. It does not judges, the effectiveness. Learner's level of mental ability, yes, how easily he grabs, have how faster he grabs the things. His mental ability, yes. His previous experience, yes. What learner knows, and through which what the teacher has, uh, helped him to connect it and gain the experience. Learner's level of interest, yes, his willingness really matters a lot. Learner's level of interpersonal relationship. Now, see, unless and until it is not a part of, effective teaching, it is not your interpersonal relationship will not help you to understand, or to bring you as an effective learner, something definitely not. Learners view about the society, yes, it will definitely impact that education will definitely have a positive impact on his his or her society. So that is really important. So option number B, C, D, E really matters a lot when it comes to effective teaching, right? Coming to the next question, from the list given below, identify the teaching methods which have a great scope of dialogic discourse. Okay, so now first of all, when we talk about these methods, okay, under these methods, what do you mean by dialogic discourse? What exactly it tells? It talks about what? It talks about relating to or talking in the form of dialogues. So the meaning, the basic meaning is conversation of shared dialogues to explore something, a certain meaning. So that is dialogic discourse. So when we say about dialogic discourse, now this subtopic was very common in some of the cycles also. So dialogic discourse, it means your social relation of with respect to the status, with respect to intellectualness, with respect to openness, with respect to critics and creative thought. So what, how you in teaching, how they are identified? So whether it is with the help of audio visual aids, team teaching, tutorials, problem solving methods, chalk and talk method, group discussion. So on what form it will be? So from the list given below, identify the teaching methods which have a great scope. So these methods which are given, they feel that these are the great scope for dialogic discourse. It means you can converse. Okay. So which you feel? Learning with audio visuals, or team teaching, or the one with tutorials, or the one with problem solving, or the one with chalk talk method, or the one with group discussion. So if you look at these things, okay, so yes, tutorials is something which will help you to convey what exactly is needed. Problem solving method, yes, it will help to zero down the problem. And the group discussion, so these are something, some impactful areas where the discourse, dialogic discourse, it means what is related or what is relatively expected can be more clear, right? Okay, coming to the next question. Which of the following is an example of maximum performance test? So you have, okay, before we go to this, okay, fine. We'll first try to understand maximum performance test. I have given, maybe this question is new. So they're telling personality test, project personality test, aptitude test, or interest and attitude scales. So here we are talking about maximum performance test. Okay, so just, yes. So we have a maximum performance test. What exactly it is? It tells its maximum performance. It will tell you what a child can do. This it asks the test takers to put their best efforts into solving the test problems. So the objective is to make sure the best possible or maximum level of performance from the test takers, and it is designed to assess the upper limits, okay, of the examies knowledge and the ability. So to understand the upper limits, so they have to present problems they have that has to be solved by the help of this test. So this can include, now this, a sub part of it can be achievement, sub part of it can be aptitude, sub part of it can be intelligence. So your maximum performance test will give you an idea for both, uh, give you in fact the idea for achievement, idea for aptitude, idea for intelligence. So it will give definitely the idea for both. So now let's go to the question. So which can be a following example of maximum performance test? Whether it is personality, whether it is project personality, whether it is aptitude or interest and attitude. So yes, I've given some time to think and come to the answer. So when we talk about maximum performance test, okay, it talks about what aptitude test. So this aptitude test, will help to gain maximum. See, because personality test and interest test will give you a small area, but aptitude test will give you a lot of, insights about the student, right? Now, coming to the next question, that is types of evaluation. The question is from the topic types of evaluation. The performance of a student compare with another student. Now, one student compared with another, they have clearly given. I don't know, many students do a lot of mistakes in this topic, even if the question is given very straightforward. If you are comparing the performance of a student with another student, it will be basically called as what? Criteria, diagnostic, summative, or norm reference. So whether it will be known as criteria reference, it will be known as diagnostic, it will be known as summative or norm reference. So we know criteria, it sets the criteria. Okay, the percentile, the cutoff. Diagnostic, it helps to find out the root cause. Summative, it gives you the end results with respect to knowledge, attitude, and skills of a student at the end of the academic year. Norm reference, now norm reference will tell you the performance of a student, yes, when it is being compared to another student. That's the reason I turned the slide, because the meaning of norm reference itself is like that, that the one student's performance is compared to other students, right? So yes, these are the some questions which we have done. Any student who would like to know that what at Global Online we have planned for your June 2024 examination. So yes, we do have complete course in the form of live classes, weekly tests, syllabus notes, syllabus mock test also, 2000 plus MCQs till 2023. You have this at a price discount of 2400. The actual price is 3000. You can get in touch with us on the given WhatsApp number. In case if you want to check out the content, download the Global Online app, register yourself with the mobile number. You get an OTP so that once you get, you can access. But after buying the course, you can have an actual access for the course, right? Which consists of all the content in the form of all the videos, the folders. And yes, that's all we have for the day. Thank you, everyone. See you in the next class. Yes, thank you. Keep learning and keep preparing yourself for your main agenda of the year, right? Thank you, everyone.